Uh-oh, these days it's hard to keep secrets a secret. Our next guest has co-authored a book that deals with exorcising the skeletons in your closet. With tongue firmly in cheek, The Skeleton Code by Ken Massey and Alla Campanella is a satirical guide to secret keeping. Ken, who is an author, humorist, and minister, is here today to fill us in on how to discover a little truth in our own lives. Good morning, Ken.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. This is an interesting read because everybody's got secrets that they want to keep, but somehow they always seem to make it out to the public, don't they?
WikiLeaks or not, they tend to leak out eventually.
Why did you decide to write this book? And it's serious, but it's funny too.
Yeah, we wrote the book because we know so many people who kept secrets, including ourselves, and what that does to us. It actually is a drain on our lives. It keeps us from living full and free lives. Skeletons are high maintenance. It just takes a lot to keep them in their closet, and a life of freedom is just so much better. So we knew a lot of stories about people keeping secrets. We know a lady, for instance, who's a staunch Republican who's voting for Hillary, but can't tell any of her Republican friends.
And that's something when we look at politics too, is skeletons have taken down a lot of politicians over the years, and I'm sure will continue to do so. And I guess, what can we learn by looking at those examples in our own lives?
Yeah, well, we can learn that you really can't ultimately keep a secret. George Orwell said, if you want to keep a secret, you ultimately have to keep it from yourself. So it's a way of leading a double life. Kids put away their Halloween costumes when Halloween is over, but adults keep dressing up and pretending to be somebody that they're not. And ultimately, when we have to have a public face and we have a private life, managing those two realities is terribly difficult.
It's stressful.
It absolutely is.
In your book, you talk about something called the personal pretense plan.
Yes. It's the idea of dressing for success in a way, putting our best foot forward. We try to live out our idealized self, and it's really not true. What is true is that we are a mixture of the good and the bad, and we find freedom only when we accept and embrace the dark side of ourselves. In other words, instead of hiding from our skeletons, we set them free. And this is the way that we're able to be free with other people. When we live a pretense, even if someone loves us, they're not really loving us. They're loving the face that we are putting forward. And so ultimately, if you want to be loved for who you are, you have to be honest about who you are.
And in this way, too, we get to live our best life by being open and honest.
That's right. And our best life is an honest life. It's the good and the bad.
How did you get people to share their stories once the secrets came out to help move your story ahead?
Yeah, as a minister, people trusted me with their secrets. And we changed the names, obviously, and the circumstances in the book, because we didn't want to break any confidentiality. But people just told me things that they were hiding from themselves and from other people, and I saw what it was doing to their lives. And they wanted to be free, and it helped them to share their secrets with somebody. And I would encourage anyone to do that. Make sure you share it with the right person.
Now, your co-author on this book is your wife,
That's
Alla.
Right. That's right.
Did you two share any secrets while writing the book?
Oh, of course. Yeah, that's part of marriage therapy, right? Is when you can be honest with each other. So we did a lot of that.
It really is, and this is, in reading this, it's a way to kind of be introspective as well as being looking at other people's lives, because we do like, through social media and entertainment shows, to look into other people's closets.
We do, and that's what we do in the book. We found it easier to tell other people's secrets, and we hope that people will engage the topic that way, but ultimately what we want them to do is look in a mirror and see what they're hiding in their closet, and to do something about that.
Now, this book is brand new, just on the shelves this week.
That's right.
How excited are you about that?
Very excited. It's available on Amazon and other major booksellers. You can get it online. You'll be able to get it in bookstores this week or next week. And so we're very, very excited.
If there was one major point that you hoped people would get out of reading your book, what would it be?
It would be that as long as you're keeping secrets, they're actually keeping you in a kind of prison. And so the only way you can really be free and live a spontaneous life and a full life is to set those skeletons free. Do some spring cleaning, whether it's spring or not. Get those things out, get them out in a responsible way, but get free from your skeletons.
Now, has your life changed since you wrote the book?
Absolutely. I kept some significant secrets. As a pastor, I had a faith crisis that I could not share with my own congregation. And it was really difficult for me to keep that secret and to maintain a pretense of being a faithful pastor. But I did that for several years. And it really did some negative to my psyche, to my self-awareness, and physically I had symptoms.
And just looking at you, it looks like a weight has been lifted off of you. I
does.
don't know you very well, but
Yes,
it does. I can
it
see
does.
that.
Yes, it's a freer way to live. If you talk to people who have set their secrets free, I'm thinking particularly about people in the LGBT community who have sometimes come out, ask any of them and none of them will regret having done that, having been honest with the people who they love and who love them.
Well, the book is called The Skeleton Code, A Satirical Guide to Secret Keeping, and inside the book you'll also find The Skeleton Cure.
That's right.
Ken Massey, thanks so much for joining us today.